So here's the truth. Behind the grand parades, the rigid smiles, and the towering monuments lies something far more sinister. North Korea isn't just a country, it's a tightly controlled machine, ruled by one man, Kim Jong Un. Today, I'm going to tell you what really happens under his iron grip. And believe me, it's darker than you think. All right, let's start with this. Imagine living in a place where you can't even pick your own haircut. Yeah, you heard that right. Kim Jong Un has approved a list of 28 hairstyles, 10 for men and 18 for women. And if you step outside those options, you're not just frowned upon, you're punished. Something as simple as a haircut can make you a rebel. Think about that for a second. Your personal expression? Gone. But hey, that's just scratching the surface. North Korea isn't just ruled by laws, it's ruled by fear. Every corner of life is drenched in propaganda. Schools teach children that Kim is some kind of god. And you can't trust anyone. Not your friends, not your neighbors, not even your family. Why? Because anyone can report you for the smallest thing. And when that happens, there's no trial, just punishment. Now let's talk about the big picture. You've probably seen those haunting satellite images, right? North Korea, pitch black at night, while South Korea is glowing just across the border. Kim Jong Un controls everything, even electricity. But here's where it gets truly terrifying, his obsession with nuclear weapons. In 2017, Kim's regime detonated their most powerful nuclear weapon yet, a hydrogen bomb, or so they claim. And those missile tests you see on the news, they're not just for show, they're a message, a warning. He's telling the world, look what I can do. Are you paying attention? And trust me, the world is paying attention. You might remember those historic handshakes with Donald Trump or South Korean leaders. Yeah, it looked like progress. But here's the thing. Kim Jong Un is a master manipulator. Those summits, they were more about buying time and projecting power than actually making peace. While the cameras flashed, his regime kept building its arsenal and tightening its grip on the people. And now, the part that's hardest to talk about, the labor camps. These places are hell on earth. Entire families imprisoned for one person's crime, torture, starvation, forced labor. It's all there. Defectors who've escaped these camps describe conditions so horrifying, it's hard to believe they're real. But they are. And they're happening right now. And don't think for a second that loyalty protects you. Even Kim's own family isn't safe. He's ordered the execution of his own uncle and half-brother. Why? Paranoia. That's the only way he stays in power, by eliminating anyone who could challenge him no matter how close they are. So why should you care? Because Kim Jong Un isn't just North Korea's problem. His regime is a ticking time bomb for the entire world. One miscalculation, a missile launch, a misinterpreted threat, and we're looking at a conflict that could spiral out of control. His unpredictability makes him one of the most dangerous leaders in modern history. The story of Kim Jong Un is a story about fear, power, and control. But it's also a story about what happens when the world looks the other way. Every day his regime continues. More lives are destroyed, silently, invisibly. So ask yourself, what would you do if you were born in North Korea? How would you survive under someone like Kim? This is Kim Jong Un, a leader shrouded in mystery. To the outside world, he's seen as unpredictable, a showman. But behind closed doors, his rule is darker and more sinister than most people can imagine. Today, we're diving into the chilling facts about Kim Jong Un, the dictator whose grip on power threatens not just North Korea, but the entire world. North Korea is starving. Almost half of its population lives in poverty, with children suffering from chronic malnutrition. But Kim, he spends millions of dollars on lavish feasts, luxury cars, and private yachts. While his people struggle to find food, he imports fine wines, Swiss cheese, and caviar for himself and his inner circle. It's a grotesque contrast, luxury for the few, suffering for the many. But the worst horrors lie in the shadows. The prison camps. These camps, known as Kwan Lee So, are designed to break people. Torture, starvation, forced labor. These are daily realities. Entire families are sent there, condemned for the crimes of one person. Children grow up in these camps knowing nothing but pain. Escape is nearly impossible, and for most, survival is a miracle. Every home must display portraits of Kim and his ancestors, perfectly maintained and free of dust. Failure to do so can mean imprisonment. Citizens are required to bow to statues of the Kims, and even the slightest criticism of the regime is punishable by death. This isn't respect, it's forced worship. And then there's the global threat. North Korea's relentless pursuit of nuclear weapons has made Kim Jong Un a ticking time bomb. Over the years, he's launched dozens of missile tests, each one a step closer to perfecting a weapon that could reach the United States or Europe. His nuclear arsenal isn't just a bargaining chip, it's a direct threat to world peace. And the scariest part? No one knows when he might use it. Kim has played the role of a diplomat, shaking hands with world leaders, smiling for the cameras. But behind the smiles, his regime continues its brutal practices. These summits are a facade, a distraction. While the world watches the photo ops, his people remain trapped in a nightmare. The isolation is deliberate. Kim keeps his people cut off from the world. No internet, no access to foreign media. They're told that North Korea is the most advanced, prosperous nation on Earth. A blatant lie. But with no way to see the truth, the people believe it. It's a prison of the mind as much as the body. The truth about Kim Jong Un's rule is chilling. It's a regime built on fear, oppression, and lies. But it's not just the people of North Korea who are at risk. His nuclear ambitions, his unpredictability, they make him a danger to the entire world. And the scariest part? As long as Kim Jong Un holds power, the suffering and the threats will continue. Behind the walls of North Korea lies a world of fear, control, and unimaginable suffering. Kim Jong Un's dictatorship is a chilling reminder of what happens when power goes unchecked. From public executions and brutal prison camps to nuclear weapons threatening global peace, his rule is a dark chapter in human history. In this video, we uncover the shocking truths of Kim Jong Un's regime, the senseless rules, the horrifying punishments, and the global danger he represents. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories.